What up, G-Life? It's your boy MC Shadow back at you with another video. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if possible, share, because you already know how YouTube be getting down. Now, this one's a little bit different than the normal conversation that I normally have on here. But it's a video to help one of the homies who had asked the question. He's a YouTuber, but I'm not going to put his stuff out there. He's cool. The frustration, right, of society that gets to him and he doesn't understand. I told him I'll make a video about it, my boy. Understanding society, right? Because he's overwhelmed sometimes with the response that he gets by certain individuals when it comes to political views and government and conspiracy theories and all of that. See, in this world, there's different types of people. And there's some who don't like to be kept in the shadows. There's people out there that don't like secrecy. They don't like not knowing things, right? And you guys have all met those individuals when if they don't know the story, whatever, they try to figure out the story themselves, right? They try to play detectives themselves, and they start spitballing out there, what could be going on. And implicating certain things that they noticed, and then trying to piece it together like that. And if there's anything, if there's one thing, you learn when you study this and everything like that. Even detectives go through this when they have people that come. You could notice things, right, and piece it together. And it could make sense, right? It could make sense with what you piece together. But just because you made sense of what you're piecing together does not mean that that's what's going on. You get what I'm saying? And there's been many times where they're looking for a certain murderer, and people decide to take, law enforcement into their own hands, and it makes it seem like this person that they're saying is the criminal. And then it turns out to be somebody else. Even though that person fit the description, does not necessarily mean that was the subject, that was a suspect. And there's certain people that do that, even with governments and stuff like that, right? Like, oh, if you notice, they started buying more of this antidote and more of this, and then they start concocting that is what's going on, but more on a global scale. And the reason why people catch wind of this, and it makes it seem like if it has merit, is because we are on the internet nowadays. Nowadays, this is the internet, and now this is the one place where all those individuals that think like that get to be in one similar spot. Now you can see where it could create movements and waves and all of that, because now you have all these individuals that are like this, because that is a type of character in one location. So now it makes it seem like there's merit to what they're saying, because now thousands of individuals agree with this theory. But just because they agree with it, and just because it looks like legit, does not mean that that's what's going on. And time after time, my boy, I've been waiting for the conspiracy theories since Bill Clinton was in office. I've been still waiting for them to happen. Every year there's a new president. Every 4 years that there's a new president, or every 8 years. It's the same routine all over again. They said Obama was going to be president forever. He was signing these bills. They said that this fool was drinking blood, and that Bill Clinton was this, that Nixon was that, and John F. Kennedy was sniped by an alien. My boy, every decade we go through this shit where they spitball all these, and people forget about them. People forget about what these individuals say. But I don't let it go. No. Y'all motherfuckers said that this was going to happen since back then. We still waiting for that shit to happen. Even with the protesting, they said that they were leaving bricks right there, that the law enforcement were in on it. My boy, whatever happened to that? What about the bombing when they had bombed Libya and everything? We're still waiting for all of those to happen. Well, what's going on? Oh, and y'all said that Trump was... No. I haven't forgotten about none of those conspiracy theories y'all were throwing out there. We still got to meet out. We still waiting for them motherfucking shits to happen. We're still waiting for the ones from Obama was president. We're still waiting for the ones from George W. Bush was president. We're still waiting for the ones from Bill Clinton, my boy. I'm still waiting, homie. I'm still here. I haven't forgotten, dog. I haven't forgotten what y'all were saying. We still right here. We waiting, my boy. Mira. Truth of the matter is, there's individuals that are like that. They don't like, see, humanity, we're scared of the unknown. We're scared of not knowing things. Even with the whole alien thing and stuff like that, how people are if there is aliens, which I do believe that there is aliens, because I'm a man of science, so I don't believe that planet Earth is the only planet that could sustain life in it through the many planets that there is in our fucking galaxies. Now, if there is aliens, I don't understand why people will start panicking or saying that they're kidnapping or dissecting. As much as they could come here and be evil, is as much as they could be good. As much as they could come and eat us, is as much as they could come in peace. See, people only think negative things about aliens because that's what they've seen in movies. Movies have already implanted those ideas in your heads that this and this will happen this way. Not necessarily. We don't know nothing about aliens. We never seen an alien. We know nothing about them. These are just ideas that people concocted. And of course, humanity is going to concoct brutal and evil and heinous crimes because naturally that's how human beings are. We're violent. If anything, aliens should be more scared of us because there's a chance that we're going to fuck it up and there's a chance we're going to want to do something to them before they do something to us. That is how humanity is. Humanity has a lot of flaws in it. If anything, aliens should be worried about us, not the other way around. But as much as they could come and try to kill us, as much as they could come and try to save us, bro. Because we know nothing about them. You know what I mean? So you can't automatically assume they're going to come and do this. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. It's like when I tell people, like, and plus, if they're more superior to, if they're more superior than us, then there's no need. They will have no use for us, bro. They will literally have no use for us. What use would we be to them if they're already superior, than us? We would be able to give them absolutely nothing. No technology, no source of power, no nothing. Or to eat us or anything like that. Like, pretty sure they have food where they come from. And I doubt we'll taste good to them. I doubt that they know what a human tastes and they're going to come and eat us. Not only that, but it's like when you're more superior to a creature, you pay no mind to the creature. Example, if you're walking and you see a worm on the floor, you're not going to acknowledge the worm. Why would you acknowledge the worm? The worm has absolutely nothing that it could, give you or anything like that. So you're not going to even acknowledge it because you're way superior. You know what I mean? So you're not even going to notice it. You're just going to keep walking like if it's nothing. Because essentially to you, it is nothing. You know what I'm saying? But that's just like an idea of that, and not only that, see, people want to believe that the supernatural exists, that there's the dark, magics and rem. Of course they want all of that to exist, because then if that's logical, then everything else must be logical, like the reason why all the bad things happen to them. Maybe if they die, they do get to be forever with their loved ones. Now it justifies all of that, giving them a sense of hope or a sense of why things don't work out in their lives. You know what I mean? They're excuses, bro. Because now it makes it, logical for it to believe in all of that. So the reason why they choose to not believe in it is because then their bubble gets burst. The ideas that they have or the views on just life in general wouldn't make any sense to them, and therefore that fear in itself is the reason why they choose not to see it, because technically all those thoughts are created by fear. The fear of actually dying and not being able to live forever with your loved ones. The thought of actual death. You know what I mean? The thought of maybe there is no supernatural power working against you. Maybe it is you been making bad choices this whole entire time. Maybe it was you fucking up. The thought of actually being a responsible individual, owning up to your actions and being responsible for the choices you make. Being accountable, for the choices you pick. thought of actually life itself. Of course, people want to add it like if it's a storybook, like a movie, with a happy ending, and that it's gonna go exactly like it is in a book, like exactly how it's written in the book is how it's actually gonna play out. It's the real world, bro. People don't wonder like why you could be a good citizen, live in peace, and never bring in any altercation. Like you were just the kindest person in the world, and then you walk outside to get your mail, and you get struck by lightning, or a car speeds off the road and crashes into you and you die, or even an infant that gets in a car accident and then they die. Like they speak about the holy man, the man of faith, the man of love, and all of this and that. But then and we're all his children. But he allows all these things to happen and occur. You now being a human being and knowing what the actual emotion of love is, and especially for a child, and you're allowing that to happen, and you expect me to believe that comes out of love, is preposterous. You get what I'm saying? The fact that it is actually life and just things happen this way, you know what I mean? Not because it was your time to go, but that's just because that's how life is. Life is unexpectedly, it's tragic. Life is hard, life is vicious, life is scandalous, but it's also beautiful. It's also joyous and everything. And I know it's not fair. This is the real world. We paint our own destiny, we paint our own path, and life just keeps rolling like that. It shouldn't be something that should be scared about. You know what I mean? Enjoy your life, live your life. Just because humanity in itself is an interesting species. We're strong and weak at the same time. You get what I'm saying? The mind could be your greatest weapon, or your mind could be, your greatest kryptonite. You know what I mean? So you could either make it your greatest weapon, or you could make it your greatest weakness. The choice is on you. I'm just saying. But this is how the world is. It's gonna have these individuals that want to cook up stories, want to piece it together. Doesn't necessarily make it true, or that those are facts. Have your own thoughts. Don't let the media pollute your mind, and don't let these conspiracy theories on the internet pollute your mind either. How people say, don't watch TV, stay off the TV. They're only feeding you all this bullshit and woo. The same individuals are feeding you their bullshit too. Exactly what the news is doing to individuals is exactly what these individuals are doing as well. You know what I mean? It's like politics, You're watching the Republicans, or you could go to the Democrats. So in this case, the news and TV and all that is the Republicans, and these people with their conspiracy theories are the Democrats. They're feeding you the same bullshit. It's still fear. Have your own thoughts, have your own opinions. If you want to believe these conspiracy theories, believe them because that's what you believe, and you actually go and research this shit and piece it together yourself. Don't let these people put these ideas in your heads. Have your own thoughts, your own theories. Because I don't just debunk them like this. I actually go and I research all the conspiracy theories that they're saying, and I go by I dissect those motherfuckers, and then I give my analysis on what I thought of that. I let no one ever pollute my mind. I think for myself. I'm just saying, think for yourself, and you'll live better. And Shadow, we out.